Good afternoon. We are Free Spirit Fabrics. We are here today to bring you a live inspired by. We are here with Giuseppe for Giuce, and he will be coming on live with us momentarily. I'm Sharon Thornton with Free Spirit. We are very excited to have you with us today. Thank you for joining us. We're about to go over Giuseppe's new collection with Free Spirit Fabrics. I will let him tell you all about it. But we're very, very excited to have him with us here today. If you have any questions during this presentation, please send us questions. We will be looking for your questions and we will try to answer your questions at the end of the presentation. But like I said, we're very excited about this. He has a new collection. He has joined Free Spirit. It's shipping in November of this year. And we're excited to have him. If you have any questions after the presentation, you can go to freespiritfabrics.com and you can look on our website and you can see more about his upcoming collection. So without further ado, I would like to switch us over to welcome Giuseppe. Welcome, Giuseppe. I mean, you are so very well known in the quilting world by so many quilters, and we are thrilled to have you at Free Spirit Fabrics. So I want to turn this over to you and let you tell all of the makers who have joined us today all about your new collection of Free Spirit Fabrics.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I'm Giuseppe from Giucy Juice, and yes, I'm very, very excited to be working with Free Spirit for my fabric design collections. My first collection, Enrapture, comes out in November. It's 21 SKUs with one wide back, and I am going to show you I'm going to show you the collection. I'm going to show you some projects from made by some of my friends. And yeah, let's dive right in.
Good.
Enrapture is a gothic romantic fabric collection. A few years back, I did a collection called Nonna that was kind of a mix of reproduction florals with very modern and contemporary geometrics. And ever since doing that line, I've wanted to do a collection that was a kind of gothic romance inspired. So I'm really excited to be sharing this collection with you all now. Here's kind of an overview of the palette of the group, and I'll show you up close and personal all of the SKUs in the collection.
Really beautiful.
There's the wide back on the back. So
Nice
let's start.
job. I love it.
Thanks.
I know many people are oohing and eyeing over it.
I'll show you all the whole thing now. Does that work? Can you see that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh,
So,
can you make it full? Yeah, there you go. It's full
second,
screen now. Yep, it's good.
awesome. So, Enrapture, like I said, is a gothic romantic fabric collection. It's very much inspired by um, kind of those drugstore paperback novels that you see with Fabio and his beautiful hair blowing in the wind at the cliffside with his beloved in his arms.
Mhm.
Um, Imagine a kind of a crumbling manor that's still stately in its beauty. Let me go. Here's an overview of the kind of color flow, the sort of the way that I kind of visualize the collection being merchandised in a quilt shop. Um, I am really loving the kind of gemmy palette of this collection. It is ships in November, so it feels of kind of autumnal with the selection of colors in the group. The main floral in Rapture in Twilight is a beautiful kind of reproduction of floral with these drapey vines and beautiful, luscious, bountiful bouquets of flowers with my kind of signature geometric in the background. It also, we kind of reduced the scale of it a bit for the Covet print. That's the same print. There's a little bit of kind of like just sort of like a dingy textured background in there in place of that geometric one. I'm really enjoying, I'm excited to show you the projects that kind of combine the different background florals for a very kind of scrappy, kind of boho chic kind of vibe to the collection. I wanted the collection to feel modern and traditional at the same time. I wanted there to be things that would kind of resonate with all sorts of different quilters. This print right here is called Yearn in Whisper. This is another floral that you'll see shortly, in some colors with a different background. But yeah, it's very kind of soft, beautiful, romantic floral. This print here is called Stained Glass. This colorway is Morning. Basically, inspired by Gothic architecture, I really, when I've always been drawn to stained glass windows in the morning light, when the light shines through them and it just creates these beautiful, just this luminescence to them. So I wanted to have a print that was kind of representative of that in the collection as well, sort of a different kind of view of the Gothic sort of aesthetic. This is striation. I've been experimenting a lot with split backgrounds lately. So kind of taking a background fabric and using a stripe to create a seamless illusion between background colors. So along with striation and the colorway piano, there is particles in onyx and ivory. The basically the way that I kind of have been working with this is I've been using the stripe, I've been fussy cutting it and using the blocks that are dark in onyx, let's say, and the blocks that are light in ivory, and fussy cutting that stripe right down the center so that you get this kind of hazy edge that creates this seamlessness between your dark and your light backgrounds. I have something coming out next year that will also be utilizing this sort of technique. Vining in Cabernet, Spice, and Verdant. This is the kind of secondary floral in the collection. As you can see in the background, there's a little story of there's these two little spiders that have taken over the manor. I wanted the florals to feel like they were kind of not all the way dead, but almost they'd seen better days, but still beautiful, almost like those old Flemish paintings when they'd paint fruit that was rotting because the colors were so beautiful. And so they would just capture such beautiful colors in those, and they'd have this beautiful kind of liveness to them. So that was kind of the vibe that we were going for with this floral. This is Vining in Cabernet, Spice, and Verdant. Flourish in Amethyst, Garnet, and Emerald. This is that signature geometric for this collection. This is what's in the background of that main Enrapture print in these kind of true gemstone tones. It's a very kind of flourishy romantic geometric. It's a lot less angular than my normal geometrics, but I think it still has that kind of that juicy juice sort of vibe to it. Here is another coordinating floral. This is entwined in Winterberry and Canary. A nice little mint color and a pretty little canary yellow. This was inspired by a bottle of wine that had a really beautiful floral on it. And by the end of the bottle, I thought, oh, this would make a really good print for a collection. You can't have a romantic collection without some hearts, of course. This is Amore in amethyst, spice, and turquoise. Really simple little heart. This heart was part of the Nonna collection. It's reworked in this group here it has a different kind of use, and it's larger than the old version of it. And comes in these three beautiful colors. Tiles in amethyst, carnelian, and emerald. I wanted this to kind of feel like the tiles that would be there when you kind of enter this grand manor. Imagine this big, beautiful floor covered in these gorgeous tiles with a staircase that flanks up to the second floor on either side of the ballroom. Yeah, that was kind of the vibe that I was going for with this print. This just kind of really beautiful, intricate floor that just sort of takes your breath away when you walk into the main hall of the house. And here is that wide back again. This is Vining in Wisteria. It's kind of a purpley gray wide back color sort of thing that goes with with everything in the collection. I'm excited too that I'm going to be launching my first long arm designs with OESD long arm quilting. That flourish print from the collection is my first foray into the design, and then we'll be launching the rest of the library with between 12 and 16 different designs later this fall when the collection ships to stores in around November. I also have a line with Renaissance ribbon coming out, which I'm really excited about. It's my first time collaborating with Renaissance on ribbons. So these ship in September and they all coordinate really beautifully with the collection as well. Now some quilts to show you. So I have this one made in a different colorway, but it's a kind of a big one. It's about 95 inches square. So I am not going to, you wouldn't really see much if I showed you the actual version of it, but I do have some real quilts to show you shortly. This is the free pattern for the collection called Enrapture. So this utilizes that split background thing that I was telling you about. You can kind of see that feathery looking border around the white kind of framing. So those geese are all pieced with the white colorway of the stripe. I'm sorry, of particles. And then the background of the blocks on the outside is pieced with the onyx colorway of particles. And then that center stripe is, that stripe is kind of just fussy cut and mitered to create this sort of beautiful seamless illusion. Here it is in the light colorway. This is the version that I've made that I will be photographing soon so that shops will be able to kit it up if they'd like to and use it for all sorts of things. Here's another free pattern, this one by Lucy Fosley. This one I will be making as well. It is a beautiful Lone Star quilt that I think shows the color progression in the collection to terrific effect. Everybody likes a Lone Star, right? Who doesn't like a Lone Star quilt?
Yeah, who doesn't
So,
want a Lone Star?
yeah. If you don't like the Lone Star, I kind of don't want to know you. I can look
I
at a Lone Star
agree.
and not like it, but
I agree. I admire those quilts immensely, and that one is beautiful. I love the background.
thank you. Yeah, the background's really fun on this one. It utilizes that main floral in the kind of parchment-y colorway, in the grayish, if you will.
Mhm.
Here's another free pattern that'll be available on the site. This is Ebb and Flow. They're the same kind of construction. It's just a matter of how you put the blocks together. You have a herringbone tile version, which I'll show you shortly, and then just a classic HST half square triangle version on the right. They're both exactly the same amount of work. It's just one is arranged with the herringbone block, and the other one is a simple 4 patch of half square triangles. This is one of my projects that I'm making next, which I'm ridiculously excited to make. This one's called Long Walk by my friends at So Kind of Wonderful. It is a very modern take on the collection. Again, I really wanted the collection to feel like it was from the past, but still feels very present and present and relevant. So this one is a very kind of modern take of how to use the fabrics. And I love the mix background of this. I love the scrappy mix of the different low value kinds of colors in the background of this quilt. This is another quilt that I'll show you in shortly called Floral Portraits by Three Dog Design Company. This is, I just love the kind of cameo look of the blocks in this quilt. The way that, that Carl has kind of isolated each of the florals and created these beautiful frames of them. It feels so gothic and mysterious. I really love this quilt. I'm excited to show you this one in just a second. All right, so let's look at some projects. I'll start with that one that we just talked about by Carl. So this is one's Three Dog Design called Floral Portraits. Really
Beautiful.
beautiful design. Very simple, but very effective. Feels
Mhm.
very, very gothic. And I really just love how this turned out. All those beautiful florals framed by the coordinating prints in the collection with
Mhm.
that gorgeous checkerboard background. I just absolutely love the way this quilt turned out.
That's great. Giuseppe, when I first saw that one, it reminded me of like mirrors in a wall and like an old
Yeah,
castle. You know what I mean?
for
And like
sure.
all
Yeah.
the fabrics in them. Yeah, it's really beautiful
I
quilt.
love that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it really hits the notes in a lot of different ways for this collection. It really feels like it really encapsulates the collection in a really simple, still modern
Hmm.
way that is really very elegant and really beautiful.
Hmm. It's nicely designed.
Yeah, he did a great job with that one. This here is a new pattern by my friend Nicole from Modern Handcraft. This is called Blooms. This
Love it.
just hit her website a few weeks ago. It is a I love what I love so much about this is the very kind of traditional floral meets this very modern contemporary floral block. I
Mm-hmm.
love the way that they kind of interplay with one another. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's just a really beautiful juxtaposition between the two different kinds of like renderings, if you will, of the florals. It's a um, very cool take on it.
Yeah, that's an awesome quilt. I love it. What's the name of her shop or where her website?
Modern handcraft.
Modern Handcraft.
And this
Beautiful.
pattern is called Blooms.
Very nice.
Next, I will show you here. Let's take a look at this free pattern. So this is that herringbone one that we were talking about before. This will be available on FreeSpirit's website in the next couple of weeks. And it really beautifully shows kind of the color progression of the collection.
Oh, show us the backing, Giuseppe, while you're,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I just got a sneak peek at that when you were moving it.
yeah.
Yeah, look how great that is. Very beautiful.
I really
Nice
love the way that
job.
it turned out. Yeah, the backing's pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
Definitely excited about that. So
nice.
this free pattern will be available soon. And here's kind of the warmer side. So you can see the more
Yeah,
spicy colors in the collection.
very nice. They all work so well together.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thanks. I do what I can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, keep doing it. We love it.
I have another quilt to show you. This one is another one that really beautifully shows the color progression in the collection. This one's called Ingleside. I believe that's how you say it. I hope that's how you say it. By Sarah Jean Makes. It is a really beautiful, very modern take on the collection, but the color progression is just so pretty.
Yes.
Love this like these kind of light brights that sort of filter into then like fade into nothing in the dark corners of the quilt. The same thing happens down here with the purples and the blues. It just kind of fades into nothing. It's really quite beautiful. Um,
Yes.
so this is Ingleside by Sarah Jean Makes.
Very nice.
I'll be posting photos of all of these projects too in the weeks to come on my Instagram, so you'll be able to see pictures of all of them too if you can't get quite a good look here today.
Sounds great.
Couple more things to show you. So actually, I'll start with this. So this is actually a workshop that I teach. It's a modular foundation paper piecing workshop called Ray. It is only available as a workshop for shops and for guilds, but it's basically one template makes a variety of different sizes of these like sunbursty looking things. It's kind of like a modern take on a New York beauty block, but you can
Oh,
pick and size the chooses of the you can pick and choose the sizes of your blades and the frequency with which you use them. So this is the whole collection of all of the colors in Enrapture
awesome.
to make that little blocky thing.
Giuseppe, if somebody takes the class, how long is the class? Is it like a full day, half day? Like,
Usually it's a full day. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
awesome. That looks great.
Thanks.
I love that.
This is another quick little project. I was very much leaning to the goth kind of aesthetic with this one.
Right.
It is one of my blocks from my mini series patterns that I released with my friend Allison Glass.
Hmm.
It is this is the triangle geese block, which is kind of right there. It's two of them put together to create this little diamond, and then it's just slapped onto a backpack and a really fun little project that definitely people ask you lots of questions about it, which is a good thing. We want to talk about our quilting in the real world. We want to talk about what we do in our community out there in the real world. So, I have a bag here to show you. This is the Holland Duffel by Center Street Quilts. It is so cool. I love it so much. It's in that stained glass print.
Hmm.
I just absolutely love the way this turned out. And then
I
in
love the bag. Giuseppe, I didn't want to interrupt you earlier when you were showing the fabric for this, but what I love so much about this particular design is all the flying geese that you have. You know what I mean? Like it's like a quilter's dream to show, that design within the design. So it's really beautifully designed. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted it to feel like I want it to feel like a quilter's take on it, like if a quilter were to design a Gothic cathedral
Stained glass window,
in
right, or
glass window.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it would look like.
Yeah, I think it would too. Certainly what my stained glass window would look like if I were going to design one.
Yeah,
This is a fun little pouch called the Hemingway pouch, also by Center Street Quilts. It's a really great little, fun little easy make. Watching the tutorials of her making these is really, really entertaining. So Center Street Quilts, check them out. They are really, really fun. And there's another pouch somewhere that it's probably still on my studio table inside. So there's another one, so you keep your eyes peeled for that.
okay. You'll be teasing us with all these projects, right?
Yes, definitely. And then lastly, I have this is an upcoming pattern that I have with my friend Allison again. This is the first of the mini series XL blocks that we're going to be releasing. This is a block that can be made as small as 4 inches or as large as 24 inches. This is about a 16-inch pillow or so, something like that, maybe 12 actually. I use that stripe right here, kind of
Right,
fussy cut that down the center to create this yin yang sort of look. And then
right.
the dark over here and the light over here to create this really kind of interesting split effect in
Wow,
the block.
that's really cool. I'm glad that you described that because I didn't see that before.
Yeah, it's a fun
Yeah,
little split thing. And yeah, this pattern will be available. I'm hoping next month it'll be around. It'll be
yeah,
available.
very nice. I love
Yeah.
it.
There's the back, little heart print. My new Renaissance ribbons there on the back.
Ooh, nice. It's
That
awesome.
is, I think, all I have to show you right now. Um, if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to
Well,
answer.
there's a couple of questions, so I want to just read some of the comments. So Teresa says, we're excited to get this line. Stephanie says, wow, what a striking quilt. Anne says, oh, I need that. Love the herringbone. Stephanie said that. Watching from East Tennessee. I can't wait for the release. It was so great meeting you. Stacy Affleck said that. It's a great workshop. Tandy said the fabric chick, we need this collection. Sherry Baker. So everyone's excited. Let me see. Wait, I don't want to miss anybody. You just finished teaching at Mount Creek Quilt Shop, and
Yeah.
he's an amazing teacher. So they're giving you big props. So, and Dina says she really likes the pillow. And there was another question. Mandy had a question that she wanted to know if you were going to do a true crime theme collection again in the future.
Definitely possible. Yeah, I would never rule it out. I have dreams of re-releasing the original The Gnarls Hollow trilogy someday,
Mhm.
but with the I have like book outlines for each of those collections.
Oh,
And
cool.
so in my dreams, I would release them in tandem with a book as well.
Oh,
So we'll
that's
see. We'll
clever.
see. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it. But it is one of my lofty creative pursuits for the future.
Right. Well, it's awesome. You've got it. I mean, I love that you're already dreaming of fabrics for the future. And like
Yeah,
you said
definitely.
previously, I mean, you have a huge following. Quilters love you. This is another great line. We're thrilled to have you here at Free Spirit Fabrics. So thank you for today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I
Totally.
don't see any other questions, and Kristen hasn't sent me any other questions. She's in the background answering a lot of questions. Well, she's putting up posts and whatnot while we're live for on behalf of Free Spirit. So if there are any other questions, please just post them there. We will get to the questions later, or maybe Giuseppe will even pop on and answer some later if any
Sure.
pop up. I just want to remind everybody that Enrapture is Giucy's new collection with Free Spirit Fabrics. And as we previously said, we're thrilled to have him here and joining all of our designers here at Free Spirit. This collection is shipping in November of this year, and it's 21 SKUs with a 108-inch quilt back. And he showed us all of that previously in your PowerPoint. Nice job and nice presentation. I was thrilled
Thanks.
to see you last week at H&H. You were a busy man there, were you not?
It was a good week. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. I was very, very happy that I went. I felt like I got to hang out with the Free Spirit crowd a bunch, so I felt like that brought us all a little bit closer, which is excellent.
Mhm.
And I got to connect with a lot of shops, which was
Right.
excellent. And yeah, I love to travel and teach and all that stuff. So any opportunity that I have to connect with shops and guilds, all of that is
Right.
very valuable for me.
So if there were any shops or guilds that were interested in hosting you, how should they reach out to you?
You can go right to my website and there's a contact me page right there. You can shoot me a message there, or you
Okay.
can just email me at juicyjuice@gmail.com, all one word.
Okay. Perfect. All right, good. So you're available and you're ready, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So like I said, if anyone has any questions, please pop more questions in the comments. You can also come to freespiritfabrics.com if you have any questions. Giuseppe's collection is up and you can view it again, or you can view this presentation again. This will be on our website, and share it with others if you'd like to. And Giuseppe, if you want to share it, let's just spread the love.
Definitely.
So unless you have anything else, I think we've covered everything. We didn't ask any questions. I mean, I don't see any other questions that we missed.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I feel great. I'm just very, very excited to be working with Free Spirit, and very excited to show you what's to come.
yes, well, I can tell already you've got some great ideas up your sleeve. So we're excited. We're all waiting, but until that day comes, we're very excited to have Enrapture. This is a beautiful collection. I love the light, medium, dark that you have with it. You've got great scale with it, so you've done a great job designing this collection. So
Thank
I'm sure it will sell very well. If you are watching us today and you are a maker, make sure you get in touch with your local quilt shop and tell them that you would like them to purchase this line. And if you are a retailer and you were watching this video, make sure you reach out to your sales rep or come onto the freespiritfabrics.com website and place your order. So we have, this is shipping in November, so orders will need to be placed soon. So anyways, Giuseppe, thank you for joining us. Like I said, thrilled to have you here, and I'm sure we'll see you more in the future.
Thank you very much. I hope so. Have a
All
great
right, you
one.
have a great day, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.